Hi guys, I hope you're okay and having a good day. I thought I'd do something slightly different today. People with migraines kind of get used to people saying to them, oh, it's just another headache. No, it's not. It is a headache on a whole other level. And although I have two different types of migraine disorder, they both have one thing in common. It is a horrible sensation of what I can only describe what you would imagine electricity being passed from one side of the forehead to the other. That is what my two migraine disorders have in common. I have traditional migraine disorder and chronic fatigue stroke POTS migraines. My traditional migraine disorder is started when I was 9 years old and I was at school. It was towards the end of the school day, and the way our primary school teacher used to let us go was she would let us go by our different tables. Whether I looked as white as a sheet or whatever it was, she noticed I wasn't well and let our table go first. I felt so terrible that I was the last to leave. I just went at a snail's pace. And then my next migraine wasn't until I was 12. That again was at school, and it was towards the end of the school day, and this time I had the aura, and it was kind of like in my right eye, right at the edge of my vision. I didn't know what it was, and I met my mum, walked to my brother and sister's school, met my mum, and we walked home. And I asked her about it, and she said, "You've had a migraine." And not knowing what it was, it's a good job that I wasn't ill, because I wouldn't have known what to do apart from go to sick bay. And I wouldn't have known how to cope until my mum could have come and picked me up. So from then on, it kind of was a hormonal thing at that point. I couldn't eat things like dark chocolate. Fortunately, I was okay with cheese. I couldn't eat yogurt. Bananas now trigger me. I'm scared to eat an orange because of it, because oranges are another trigger. And sleep deprivation is a trigger. Heat is a trigger, and that's also a trigger for my chronic fatigue syndrome, POTS, migraines. And yeah, lots of different triggers. And it feels like you've got somebody in your head waving a hammer around, or a thunderstorm going off in your head. Flip to the chronic fatigue syndrome, POTS migraines, that's a totally different sensation apart from the electric sensation. For that, it's like you have a 10-ton something crushing your head. It's like pressure like you wouldn't believe in your head. That can actually vary in intensity. I've now had one for 2 weeks. It can go from being okay until you stand up to it's worse when you lie down. It's there 24/7, and I'm one of those people who has a high pain threshold. So unless I've got that electricity sensation going across my forehead, I push through. And if I'm going to stop, it's that electricity sensation going through my forehead. Although with the auras of the traditional migraine, I stop until the aura is gone. But it is pain like no other. It is pain like no other. My dad used to not understand why we had to stop for a migraine. My mum has them as well. My dad never understood how or why they were so disruptive until he got one himself. Thankfully for him, he hasn't had any more since then, but he doesn't complain anymore. Yeah, so please don't ever say to somebody who has migraines that it's just another headache. Because while it's a headache on a whole other level, like you wouldn't believe. I have had instances where I've nearly gone to hospital this year just to manage the pain, and about 3 weeks ago, I had my maximum painkillers that I could have, and I was still in agony. Every move of my head hurt, didn't matter what I did, even moving my eyes in the wrong direction hurt. So, yeah, for those of you who have migraines, you are warriors, you are awesome, and don't ever give up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.